Okay, so what we will be doing today, we'll be doing our homework, which had an independent dependent variable problem with the table. And we had the variables we wanted to finish, and then we'll do some more variables. And then we'll look at the algebra review sheet that I gave you, had the 5 problems.
So the one we're doing is the one that was for the 18th.
Yeah, the one that starts with, let me just get it here. Find the variable of 3ABC. Yeah, it had 1118. Okay, so let's look first at our dependent variable, independent variable table. Did anyone finish that table?
No, we made the ones that last week.
Yes, we had one. Oh, do you see this? Wait, I don't think I shared it. Do you see the table?
Yeah, you made
Oh, not it is being shared. I have seen it.
Shared.
Oh, you don't see it. Okay, let me.
It didn't come yet.
Okay, let me share my screen and go to my table. Now, can you see it?
Yes, it is there.
Okay, that was the one that was your homework, right? Okay, a rideshare service charges a flat rate of $6 plus $1.50 for every mile driven. And they gave you the variables. Let T represent the total cost of the ride and M represent the number of miles driven. Determine the dependent and independent variables. Write an equation to represent this relationship, and then complete the table to show the cost for riding 3 to 10 miles. Okay, now what is the dependent variable, Vanessa? What is the dependent variable?
See, right share service charges a flat fee plus a 1 fee for every mile driven. A T represents the ride and M represents the number of miles driven.
Okay, so what is the dependent variable? Is it the total cost of the ride, or is it the number of miles?
I don't know for real.
Maureen, do you know? Is it the total cost of the ride or the number of miles? Which one is the dependent?
I put number of miles.
No.
Oh. You know what?
Ask yourself the question.
Oh yeah.
The total cost.
I put the flat rates.
You put what?
The flat fees.
No. The dependent variable is either T, the total cost, or M, the number of miles. So ask yourself the question. The number of miles is dependent upon what?
Total cost?
No.
Or the total miles?
No. The total cost is dependent upon the number of miles.
Represent the total cost.
The total cost is dependent upon the number of miles. So here, this dependent variable would be the total cost. Okay.
Which is the $6, right?
No, that's a flat fee.
Oh.
A flat fee of $6 plus $1.50 for every mile driven. Now, Vanessa, if the dependent variable is the total cost, what is the independent variable?
Can you repeat?
If the dependent variable is the total cost, what is the independent variable?
Total, 1 moment. What's it total? Let me see the total cost. T was the total cost of ride, right?
What determines the total cost?
The total cost, the flat fee plus the 150.
150 for every mile driven. So your independent variable is what? Your number of miles.
Okay.
Your independent variable,
Well, I like 3 to 10 miles.
number of miles. That's your independent variable. And you use that to write your equation. Total cost is dependent upon the number of miles. So your equation would be what, Vanessa?
So therefore, my equation would be total cost
Which is T, okay? And what is that?
plus,
No, that's equal to something.
it's equal.
Yes, when you have a dependent variable, the dependent variable is equal to something that's dependent on it, okay?
That's like 3 to 10 miles.
It's something that affects it. So T would be equal to what?
Michelle.
Alva.
3 to 10 miles.
No,
Oh,
it says right here. It charges a flat fee of $6 plus $1.50 for every mile driven.
well, so it'd be $6.
So this is where you get your total. So how would you translate that, Vanessa, in this equation? What would T be equal to?
T would be equal to total cost.
T is the total cost, but
Mhm.
T as an equation would be equal to what? What goes into that into that cost?
Oh, T would be equal to flat fee. That's it.
Yeah, think of MX plus B. M is your slope, right?
Mhm.
M represents the number of miles driven. So how would you translate this to like Y equal MX plus B?
Okay, because the Y, always the Y.
The Y is the T here. That's your total. Okay. So what would that be equal to?
It would be equal to,
600
it's gonna be
plus
equal to the
150.
slope.
You look like it turned on.
Yeah, the slope, which is what?
I'm gonna
The
look now.
slope has to have the X next to it.
So what's the number for the slope?
Okay,
Think of rate of change.
plus one
I
moment.
think it's turned on, but
Plus
you have to go on the computer
150
to
for
turn it up.
every
I don't know
mile.
how to- Let me see.
So therefore, the slope
You see, it's
is
up. It's up.
150.
You see 100?
Michelle, go to
It's
mute
up.
while you're
Right.
talking.
So
Mute.
I just took it off
Michelle,
mute,
wait,
so
excuse
that
me.
means they should be hearing
Michelle,
me.
go to mute.
What am let me see.
But we
something.
should
see it's
hear
off
you.
mute?
Michelle,
Can't hear you.
go to mute while you're figuring it
That's
out.
strange.
Because we're doing the lesson. Go to mute.
Oh boy.
I don't think she hear you.
Michelle, do you hear me?
Let her log in and come on back because sometimes it happens on my computer.
what could happen. And you press join meeting? Why would I
They
wanna
have,
press
Wait.
that?
you took,
But you took over
Patricia!
the,
To see on
wait
the
a
third?
minute, you took over the Zoom. I'm seeing what,
So why
Michelle,
would
what are
you
you
press it
doing?
again? If
you can control it from there, Miss Barbara.
No, I can't. I'm not the administrator.
I get knocked out too.
That's Miss Beckles. I wish I could.
Be the host.
Yeah, but I'm not the host. Miss Beckles is the host. See where did that? Okay,
Oh, you're not a host.
are we back?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, see, I'm not the host, Miss Beckles.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
That's what I realized.
See, she gives me the privilege to
So
get
Miss
on.
Barbara, it would be $6 plus 150.
No, but
So therefore, therefore 150 is the M.
that's right. 150
150 is the M,
So that would be
right?
150 times what?
150 times, one moment,
Mommy, I took
plus
it
the
off
150 for
already.
every mile. So mile 150 M, right?
That's
you
it.
can
Very
get
Because you
good.
have to multiply.
That's it, Vanessa. Excellent. The 150 times
Would you
M.
stop chewing
Wait,
that foot? It hurts my
Michelle,
head. Please,
Michelle,
I'm
you
doing
getting,
something here.
yeah, you making
Like you
us
see
lose
in you
our
share
share.
nothing. Let's see. Everything is there, but they're just not hearing us.
We
You
do
could,
hear you, but Michelle, it's
so
something
sometimes
you're
you
doing
can
because
hear her, but
you are
sometimes they're
blocked.
not hearing. So she needs to,
Yeah, but
she needs to log in. She needs to log out and log
Yeah,
back.
do you know how to do it on your phone?
I see Zoom here.
Just like how you usually do it.
I get black out again, Miss Barbara. off the
Yeah, I
screen.
know she's blocked. I'm
Why would
looking
she
at
be
what
on
she's
YouTube,
doing.
mommy? Everything is on Zoom. The logo, Zoom. Zoom. Why
Michelle,
would she be on YouTube?
Michelle, can you hear me?
Sometimes she goes on.
Not hearing.
No,
Michelle,
send me the link to Zoom. Just
Michelle,
like you always get it on
Michelle, log out and go
every
back in because you're coming
every
in.
weekday or so. Every week.
Because now I'm seeing what you're doing and it's blocking us out. Michelle, log out and come back in.
Let me see if she can
Well,
send her. Can you send her a
Goodness.
chat?
yeah, I can send her a text,
Send
That's
her a
what she
chat.
did.
but I don't know if she's gonna see it because
Unless she logging wrong.
yeah, I know. She just have to click the link and let me just because whatever she's doing, she's blocked. You see on your screen what she's doing, right?
Yes, you
That's what
see.
it
Yeah.
blocks us out.
She needs to log out and log in back. Sometimes it
Yeah.
happens to me.
Oh yeah, it sure it can happen. Log out. And check.
Me, I'm trying to. It's 100% turned up, so I'm not sure.
Just, you want me to text her?
Needs to log
You
out
want
and
to
log
text
in.
Miss Becca and tell her that we're not getting any sound?
Yeah, but remember she told me that she sent a link to you on your phone. So let me see the link. So I can.
She sent a link on my phone, what she
Yeah,
sent it in?
I never asked her, but she said she sent it on your phone and on the computer.
He said, please,
Oh,
You see it?
sign out. I just sent you something. Alva, can you hear me?
Check the link that
Yeah.
Mr. Hickel sent. So
Yeah, sign off,
I'll
log out, please.
send it to you, because you see it here.
Yeah, I just sent that message to you. Log out, please.
How do you work this phone? I don't understand your phone. Go
Alva,
to
can you hear me?
the November 18 link.
You got to ring Alba phone.
Yeah, I did. I texted Alva. She read that. I told her to log out and log back in on the link.
But you back on now.
No, who's it? I'm gonna block them.
But
Yeah.
the girl can't get it fixed. That is why.
You see?
Probably she must have hit it wrong.
I think she may not, well, if she clicks on the link, yeah, you come right into the Zoom. That's what I told her to do. Check the, okay, let's go back.
Cause she went for the link. She won't got to do. She won't got to put in nothing.
Okay. All right, now we back where we were. Okay, Vanessa, this is 1.50 times M. That's your slope because that's what? $1.50 for every mile where M represents the mile. So what do we have to put to complete this equation?
Plus,
Okay, this would be plus what?
when you do plus, I think you do when you do the plus, then you do the flat fee,
Yes, and that's
which
what?
is a $6.
Which is the 6. Yep, that's
Yes,
the 6.
6, just 6.
Mhm. So that's your equation.
Yes. Oh, this is
Maureen?
y equal mx
Miss Barbara.
plus
Y equal mx plus b.
plus
T,
b.
T is your y. That's your
Y.
dependent variable, total cost. 1.50 is your slope, right?
Mhm.
Because that's rate of change, $1.50 per mile. M is the number of miles, and 6 is your flat fee.
Uh,
All right. Maureen, you following?
yes, Miss Barbara, of course.
Okay. Now let's look. Now let's put here. So what will go here in this? We got to put a heading here. What goes here? Number of miles, right?
Yeah.
Number of miles, right? What goes here? The dependent variable is what? Total cost.
Yeah, total cost.
And this, we are given number of miles is what? M. So this is M. And the total, what is the total cost?
$6.
No. T.
150.
No. T
T.
is that equation. We just put it there. T equals 1.50 M plus 6.
1,
All right.
5,
Let me just
5.
make that a little bigger so you can see it. Okay.
1.5.
Okay. So I made it bigger. Okay. Number of miles is M because they gave us M represents the number of miles. T, the total cost. Let's stay with the little t. And that's 1.50 per mile. So that's 1.50 times M plus the fixed cost 6. Now, let's start filling out our table. So
1,
when they go
5,
when
5.
they go 3 miles, what's the total cost, Vanessa?
Plus 6.
What would the total
You-
cost here?
If you go 3 miles, therefore you have to put where the M is, you put 3,
That's right. So
because
what
we
would
have
the
to
total?
multiply.
That's correct. So what would be the
So-
total?
So that's that was 750.
What is it?
750?
What's
One,
what's
oh,
3? No, wait,
no.
this is a 3.
150, 450? Yes.
450 plus 6 is what?
Oh, 150 plus 6.
450.
Pardon me?
56.
3 times 150 is 450
Yeah,
Plus 6 is
450
456.
plus 6,
is what?
you get 1050.
456.
1050. That's right. Okay, that's what you get. Okay, let me just make that text a little bigger.
1050 is
Okay.
1.
Okay. So that means 3 miles, you pay 1050. That's 150 times the number of miles, 3, which is 450, plus 6 is 1050. Now, if you go 4 miles, what would it be?
What you do is calculate 4 miles by multiply 150 by 4.
Okay.
Okay, it would be okay. 4 okay, that's 6.
Okay.
6 plus 6 is 12.
Yeah, it'd be $12.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. Because notice now, and there's something you'll see here. How much is it going up by each time? How much is the total cost going up by?
$6.
No, if we get
No,
okay,
it's going up by 150, right?
By 150,
So
yeah.
so you could really
Oh,
just
yeah, 12,
add
50,
150 to
10,
each
50.
one.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the multiplying every time, because the only thing changing is number of miles, which is 150 per mile. So that means every time you go an additional mile, you have an additional 150. So then you know that 5 will be what, Maureen? What will be the total cost for 5 miles?
1350.
That's right, 1350. So each time you're just really adding what? $1.50. So when you get to 6, what would it be? What is it, Vanessa?
Okay. 150 multiplied by
No,
6.
plus 1350. No, you
Oh.
just add 150 each time. You don't have to multiply it out, Vanessa.
Oh,
It's only
okay.
changing by $1.50 because that's $1.50 per mile, right? So what's 1350 plus 150?
1350 plus 150.
Yes.
Would it be 15?
Yes,
Maybe
$15.
$15.
That's right. Okay. So you can finish filling out your table, right? It's bigger. Okay. So let's scroll down. And when we go 7 miles, and you know that would be what? Maureen? 7 miles.
7 will be 1650.
That's it. Just add $1.50 each time.
Yeah.
1650. And you go 8 miles. So what would that be, Maureen?
Yeah, miles.
8 miles would be what?
18.
$1.50. 18. That's right. Because it's vary by 150 because that's what you pay per mile. Then we go to 9. 9 would be what?
3
Vanessa?
miles.
What would 9 be, Vanessa? Add $1.50 to 18.
It can be 1950.
That's right, 1950. And then when you get to 10 miles, what would it be?
1950.
1950 and 150 is what?
It can be 21.
$21. Okay, so once you do the first one, then you don't have to do that multiplication because it's going to be what? Just add 150 to the next one, right? Okay, so that's your complete table. So you've got your dependent variable is your total cost. What determines that total cost? Number of miles. Number of miles multiplied by 150, because that's 150 per mile, plus the fixed cost. The flat fee gives you the total cost. So you put that in a table and you only need to calculate it once. So you got 1050 and just add 150 to whenever you add a mile, you add 150 and you can fill out your table. Any questions on number 4? Chastity, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Barb, I'm sorry, I'm driving.
Oh, you're driving. Okay. All right. So this is how you can have a table and use it to.
Well, probably Albert can get him.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I don't know what she was doing because every time she tried to get in, she knocked us out. And I would see what she's doing. So I don't know how that happened. It's, not with the link, because the link just brings you right into the section.
Probably she hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
Lock him back. As soon as she get out, lock him back. Sometimes
well,
it happens with me.
It could happen. And I text her and said, ask her to log back in. I don't, because Alva got my text. I text her and said to log back in. I think Michelle was getting kind of frustrated. All right. Now, how many solved the variables here?
I do 16.
Okay, Maureen, you did 16, you said, right? Okay. What did you get for D for 16?
14.
What did you get
14.
for D?
14.
14.
14 D. Then. So I
14.
add,
Yeah,
let me see.
14. 1 4.
Maureen,
No. Yeah.
Maureen, what number do you add to 5 and get 9?
Oh, you know what? I got 19 from my paper.
19.
No,
Oh.
no, number 16. D
Oh,
plus 5 equal 9. What number
4.
added
4.
to, well, it's only 4. So
Oh, I
D
thought,
equal,
but I had D plus 5 equals 19. It was 9.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, D plus 5,
Sometimes your eyes
19.
did
You would
sometimes
get,
your eyes did deceive you.
oh, okay. All right. So, well, right here, you just really doing what? Subtracting 5 from both sides, but you don't have to do that. You can just use mental math and say what number adds to 5 and give 9. That number can
Okay.
only be 4. So
Oh.
D is equal to 4. Okay, Vanessa, number 17, Vanessa, what did you get?
Give you negative 17. 22.
Number 17?
1 moment. Let me see, is it what? 17?
Number 17, what is your answer?
1 moment. I'm now doing it. I'll do it. Give me a minute. 1 minute. If
Okay.
less than that. Wow. Is equal to 21.
21.
Mhm.
21 minus, okay, 5 minus 21 would give you a minus, right?
Mhm.
So Z equal 21. Is that what you got, Maureen?
A
Yeah.
positive 21.
Yeah, right. Because you ask yourself 20, what?
Uh,
5 minus a 21, the minus is bigger, right? So you subtract 5 from 21, you get 16, you have more negative, so the sign would be minus 16. Another way of doing this is to do what? You could subtract 5 from both sides, and that would give you minus 16 minus 5 minus 21. Minus Z equal minus
This is mental
21.
math, Miss Barbara.
But it's just mental, all right. Which
I
is,
wouldn't even put it both sides. That's too long.
yeah, but that's why I said
Yes.
look at the number and say what number do I substitute for the Z to get a minus 16? It's got to be a number that you subtract 5 from and get a minus 16. That can only be 21.
Anyway.
Okay, now, Maureen, you said you didn't do 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Vanessa, did you do 18?
1 moment.
Okay.
I didn't do any.
Oh, all right. Well, do 18 then.
Okay, I'll do it.
Minus 5 equals
18 is
6.
18 is P equal to 1. I have it right. Let me see. Just wanted to know.
P is 1 is correct.
Okay.
Now, Maureen, you said you didn't do this. Vanessa,
No.
tell Maureen how you did it.
Okay.
What's your first step?
P, when you, well, it's already written down that way. So what we do, or perhaps, or because you have minus and minus, but let me read. For me, I use, because as long you move, you have to, how do I say it? Get the terms on together, right?
Yes, you put the like
The like
terms
terms
together. So all
together.
your T's you put together, and then your constants 5 and 6 you put together. So how did you do
So,
that?
so for me, I shift I don't say I shift because I know Miss Bobby use max language.
Yes, add, subtract, multiply, divide. So what did you
Okay,
do?
fine. So the -10, I cross over the equal sign 10p. So I got a positive
You
10p.
cross over. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I add 10p to
Okay,
both sides.
add 10p to both sides. Okay, that's the math language.
Yes, I
Add
know you like
10p to both
to both
Yeah.
sides.
No, I want you to use that because remember the others looking at this and they won't know some of those terms you're using. And it's okay if you use them for yourself, but trying to explain it to somebody else could be a little difficult. So let's just say add 10p to both sides, and let's just do that. Let's take this equation and add the 10p to both sides. Okay, so we add 10p to the left up here, plus 10p,
Mhm.
and then add the 10p to the right side. You have to do that to keep the equation in balance. Now, what do we get on the left side, Vanessa?
You got on the left side 10p.
That's a 1p and a 10p. What does that give you?
Okay, 11p.
That's right, 11p. So we have 11p minus 5, and what is that equal to?
11p, and then I add, okay, like signs again. So I add 6p.
On the right side, you have a 6. And a minus 10p plus 10p is what?
A minus 10p,
And a plus 10p.
0.
That's right, that's 0. Okay. So what we have then is 11p minus 5 equal 6. Then what did you do?
Okay, then I add
Okay,
5p on both sides.
you added 5, not 5p.
5, yes, not 5p,
Add
5,
5 to
both
both
sides.
sides. Okay. And Maureen, you okay? You with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so we take this 11p minus 5 is equal to 6. Copy it. Okay, and then add the 5 to both sides. So this means we'll add 5 on the left and 5 on the right. Okay, so what do we have on the left side left? What is remaining on the left side, Vanessa?
5
So,
minus 5 and plus 5 gives you 0. So you only have 11p
Okay, so that's
remaining.
11p. Now put the plus 0. That's what the minus 5 plus 5 minus plus of any number or variable number combination equal to 0. So what's 6 plus 5, Vanessa?
11.
11. Okay. Okay, so this would be 11. And so we have a, now this is mental math now. 11p equal 11. And only one number times 11 gives 11, and that's 1. So P 11 over 11, but you can just use mental math at this point. That's equal to 1.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yep.
P is equal to 1. Maureen, are the questions? Because you said you had a problem with this one.
And I was okay. 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 11p minus 11.
Yeah, you have to combine. See, notice, Maureen, let's go back up here. Okay. When you have P minus 5 equals 6 minus 10p. Now you've got to get the 10p with the P, right? And you've got to get the 5, the minus 5 with the 6. So since the 10p is a subtraction here, adding it will eliminate it on the right, and then you can add it to the 1p on the left, and that gives you the 11p.
Mhm.
So you have 11p minus 5 equals 6. Now you want to get this minus 5 with the 6, and since you're subtracting it here, you'll add it, and that will give you 0. So 11p is 6 plus 5, which is 11. 11p is 11. And at this point, it's mental math. Only one number times 11 gives 11. That number is 1. So that means your answer is 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Questions, Maureen, or is it clear?
It's clear.
Okay. All right. Let's go to, let me just copy these. That was what, 18? Okay. Let me copy 19 and 20. And then Maureen, you can give me the answer for 19. Okay. Here we go. Number 19, and then we'll do 20. Okay, so what is Z for number 19, Maureen?
Number 9.
What is
Let's
Z
see.
equal to? What number do you add the 7 and get a 5?
What, the number you add to 7,
And get 5.
12.
12
No,
plus
that's
7
19.
is 19.
19. 2.
2 and 7 is 9. Maureen, just think about this. If you get a number over here smaller than this number that you're adding to your variable, that means the variable has to be a negative number, right?
Mhm.
Because if you're going from a 7 to a 5, whatever you add to it has to be negative because the number decreased.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you can tell yourself there, that if I'm adding a variable to a number and I get the result, the smaller, then that variable has to be negative. So what's the answer, Maureen?
Negative 12.
A
No,
negative,
negative 2.
negative 2. That's right.
Yeah. But
Negative
I
2.
got it right, my brain is functioning.
Yeah. Yeah, because all you're doing is saying subtract the 7 from both sides. So 5 minus 7 is a negative 2. But you didn't have to really do that. Mental math, you can say what number adds to 7 to get a 5. It's got to be a negative number, and a negative 2 then would decrease the 7 to 5.
Okay.
Got it?
Mhm.
Maureen's making
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can just use logic here and solve this and not go through all the operations of subtracting and keeping the equation in balance, because these are mental math kind of problems, right? What variable do I add to a 7 to get a 5? Well, if my 5 is less than my 7, my variable has to be negative. Okay. Now, number 20, did you solve that one, Maureen? Did you solve 20? Maureen?
No, Miss Barbara.
Oh, okay. So now you want to combine your t, that's a 1t, and your minus 3t. So you want to get those together. And then you want to get your minus 11 and your 9 together.
Mhm.
So how would you get the t's together, Maureen?
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Vanessa, you
So
have an, Vanessa, you have an answer?
by adding
Yes.
3 to both sides.
What did you get, Vanessa?
Okay, I'll go through it and do the
You add, well, not the 3, it's a 3t, Maureen.
Oh yeah, I forget the T's.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Vanessa. How did you do it?
Okay, you add
Mhm.
3t to both sides.
Okay. Okay. Add 3t to both sides. So let's take this equation. Add our 3t.
To both sides.
Okay. Add it on the left. And notice when you have a variable, you don't have a coefficient in front of it, default is 1. So that means this is a 1t. Okay, that's a default. All right. Add the 3t on the right side. And what do you get on the left side, Vanessa?
The left side.
1t minus 11 plus 3t. What does that give you?
T.
Oh, 3t plus 1t equal to 4t.
That's right, 4t. So, and you have the minus 11. And what do you have on the right side?
The right side, you just remain with equal to 9
That's
because
9.
3,
That's right.
yes, because negative 3 plus negative 3t plus 3t, you get 0.
That's right. Minus 3t plus 3t is 0. Maureen, are you okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you added a 3t to both sides, and now we have 4t. Now, what's your next step? Let me ask Maureen. Maureen, what's the next step?
Okay.
You want to get that minus 11 with the 9. So what do you do?
You add
Add what?
9 to both sides. No.
No, because remember the 9 is a plus here. So if you were going to do anything, you do minus. But wouldn't it be
Oh.
easier to try to get this 11 over with the 9? So what would you do with that 11 to get that minus 11 to get it where the 9 is, over where the 9 is?
Okay. Let's see.
Remember, that's a minus 11. That's subtraction. What's the opposite of subtracting,
Yep.
Maureen?
Every man. If you subtract, you add.
Okay, so what do I do?
I'm on class.
What do I add?
11 from both sides.
Add 11 to
I would like to know today.
sides. All right, now, so let's do that. Add the 11th on the left and add it on the right. So let's just copy this. Add 11. And add 11 on the right side. Now, Maureen, what do we get on the left side?
You don't know.
Okay. 4t
Like,
minus 11.
4t minus 11 plus 11 becomes what?
Plus 9. Okay. 4t minus 11 plus 11 equals 9. Plus 11.
What is that equal to?
I'm concentrating.
Maureen, minus plus of the same gives you 0.
Okay.
So a minus 11 and a plus 11 is 0, right?
Okay.
Remember he said
Oh, yeah.
same number, same variable,
So
number
the next one
combination.
will be 40
So that would be
equals to
0.
9, right?
And what is 9 plus 11?
20.
20. Okay. So now you know your answer. So only one number you can multiply by 4 and get 20. What is that number?
5.
5. That's your answer. 4t equal 20. T is equal to 5. That's the math. You don't have to multiply, divide, whatever. Just only one number multiplied by 4 to give you 20. That number is 5. 20 over 4 equal 5. So that's your answer, 20. Questions? Okay, we're going to look at some more variables, but before we do that, I want to look at your worksheet. Okay. So you see algebra review worksheet number 1.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Find the value of 3ABC. That means 3 times A times B times C. And this is a substitution of the variable. A is 2, B is 3, C is 4. Maureen, what's your answer?
Yeah,
Therefore, you're multiplying them.
I'm looking for it, but I can't find it now.
What do you do, Vanessa?
You multiply A times B times C.
Okay, and that gives you what?
So you multiply, okay, let me put it in parentheses. A is what? 2.
Okay, so Vanessa
Okay.
took her A,
B is
C,
3.
and substituted. Okay, 2
And 4, and C is 4.
times 3 times 4.
So
4.
it's C.
Okay, so what Vanessa did, she multiplied these out. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is what? 24. And since it was 3 ABC, so 3
Times 20.
ABC.
Yeah, I get that one right.
You got that one right? Will be 3 times
24.
24. And that's equal to what? 72.
To 2.
And so that's correct. Answer C. Maureen, did you get that one?
Yeah, I do all them. What's one I didn't get right that you said me do back up was 3 and 5.
Okay. So answer is C. Substitution of the variable A, B, and C. Put those numbers in for the variable, then multiply the results by 3 and you get 72. Questions? Okay, so you see you got that one. All right, let's look at number 2. And this one I'm going to put over on the next page. Okay. The sum of a certain number and 3 times a number is 40. What is the number? Sum means we add, times mean we multiply, is mean equal. So Vanessa, what do I write?
Okay, you said the sum of a number. We don't know, so we'd use X.
Okay, let X equal
Plus
number.
3
Okay.
times.
So what would I write now?
3 times
X is the number. How do I write sum of a certain number and 3 times the number? How do I write this?
Okay, so if this, so you write X plus 3X equal 40.
That's right. X, that's the number, plus 3 times the number, which is 3x, that means equal 40. Maureen, is that what you did?
Yeah,
And x plus 3x is what, Vanessa?
X plus 3x gives you 4x.
That's right. 1x plus 3x is 4x. So you have 4x equal 40. Here again, math. Only one
So
number
therefore
times.
stand.
That's right. Only one number
Yeah.
times 4 gives 40. So x equal 10. 40 divided by 4 equal 10. But this point you can use math because there's only one number. You multiply by 4 and get 40, and that number is 10. So your answer is C.
yeah.
Now, Maureen, you had this one incorrect. Now,
Which
base
one?
number 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, you sent me the answers, and I asked you to redo that one. Now, V equal 2m minus 3. Now, V is dependent upon M, right? So which one is the dependent variable, Vanessa?
The dependent variable is the
Yes.
total cost.
No, for this equation, V
Oh,
equal
it is-
to M minus 3. V is which of the following? And I just told you in words that V is dependent upon M. So V is which of the following? Independent variable, dependent variable, constant, coefficient.
V is the, you said it's the
can you read it back again, Miss Barbara?
independent variable.
No, V is dependent on M.
Or V depending on N.
So V then is the dependent variable. Remember we were just looking at
Okay,
independent
V,
variable? Okay, so this is B. V, what determines what V is? The M value, right? If we want to calculate V, we have to know what M is. So M is the independent variable, and this independent variable causes us to get V, the dependent variable. Okay,
I read it, but
just
I don't
remember,
understand.
V is your output. M is your input. Your output is always your dependent variable. Think of
I
it
see.
that way. Your output is always your dependent variable. V is your output, and it is dependent upon the input M. M is the independent variable. V is the output or dependent variable. Because how do we calculate V? We have to know what M is, right? We can't calculate V unless we know M. M is the independent variable. 3 is a constant. 2, the number in front of the M, is the coefficient. Okay, so you have the coefficient 2, the number in front of the M. You have the constant, which is always a number, and here it's a minus 3. And then you have the independent variable, which is M, dependent variable, which is V. Maureen, is that clear?
Yeah.
So your output is your dependent variable. All right. If you were driving a car and you had so many miles you wanted to travel, right? And your gas, say miles per hour, well, the gas is, say, the mileage you get on your gas is, say, 40 miles per hour. Now, you want to know how far can you travel, say, on a certain number of gallons of gas. Which one is it dependent? Is it the number of miles you travel? Is it the gas that you use? Or is it the rate of speed? So the miles you travel is dependent upon what? Miles you travel. The miles you travel is dependent upon the number of hours you travel, right? Because if you say 40 miles per hour, 4 hours, you go 160 miles, right? So the miles you travel is dependent upon the rate of speed of the car. Okay. So your independent variable would be your rate of speed, and your dependent variable would be the number of miles. That's your output. Questions?
No.
If you go in the store to buy something, right? And you have a certain amount of money to spend. Okay. So what is your dependent variable? What is the dependent variable? The amount of money you have to spend. Yeah. Well, actually, it's the amount that you can buy is dependent upon the amount of money you have to spend. So the amount that you can buy is dependent upon the amount of money you have to spend. Okay. So that's how you can look at it. All right. Number 4, interest. Did you do that? You did that one, Maureen. How did you solve that?
I saw it, but I was looking for the piece of paper. I do it on, I must have dropped the paper.
Well, the interest formula you're given here, I equals, well, we know what interest is equal. The formula P R T. P is the principal, R is the rate, and T is the time. The time is in years. The rate is in decimal. So they gave us the amount that he's borrowing. That's the $500, right? So that would be 500. And what's the rate? What would be the rate, Vanessa? What is the rate? Maureen, what is the rate?
Is the interest?
Yes, and what would that be as a decimal? 6% would be what as a decimal?
0.06.
That's it. Very good. 0.06. In other words, percent is just a ratio of a number to 100, right? So 6% is really just 6 over 100. Let me just put that here. 6% is equal to 6 over 100. And as a decimal, that's 0.06. So just remember, percent is a ratio of a number to 100. So whatever you're given as a percent, you just put that number and 100 below it. So that number then over 100, that gives you the ratio. So if you had 150%, you'd have 150 over 100 or 1.5.
So we're doing simple interest.
Yeah, just simple interest. That's right.
But if the principal is 500 times
Okay, and the rate was in, we had to convert that to decimal,
times the percent times
6%.
4 years
And this
times
was
4.
times
So we
4.
multiply everything.
That's right. So, and the time is always in years. So if it's not in years, you have to convert it to years. So 500 times 0.06 times 4. What does that equal to, Vanessa?
One moment. Let me get it out.
Okay.
5 multiplied by 6, no,
106.
times 4. Oh, it's D.
That's right. It'd be 30 times 4. 30 times
These
4
two, no.
equal 120.
20. Yeah.
So answer B. Okay, so that's number 4. Okay. Vanessa, let's look at number 5. What is the correct answer for number 5?
Correct. Let me see. B equal 3 plus 3 is which is the following. Hold on. 3 is the 3 is the dependent. No,
No.
the independent.
No.
It's
No, it's the constant.
It's the constant. Yes,
Constant.
remember I said back in that other problem, I said your
Constant.
numbers are your constants. So 3 is a number and it's a constant. B is your dependent variable. W is your independent variable, and 4 is your coefficient. Questions? So when you have y equal mx plus b, that b is your constant, right? That b is your constant.
Oh, yeah.
Any questions on this review sheet? Now I'll be sending you the second one.
My question is I am going to slap my head across my hands or something, because when I first do this, I had the number 3 for B. I tell her, I said, I better put A. And then when I read the other one, I said, well, you know, it can be an independence, no dependent. And I put A, and they tell her, I said, no, man, it gotta be a coefficient because it got numbers. So I get mixed up all the time. I don't know why.
I was surprised. I was surprised, Maureen, when you had that one in.
I surprised
said,
too.
yeah, I said, you know, the constant is the number.
Yeah, but
3
then I was
is,
thinking more about, but I hear about coefficient more than I hear about constant, right? So that what
right?
had me confused.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what the coefficient is. Coefficient is
Yeah.
just a number in front of a variable.
Yeah.
So when you see 4W,
Yeah.
W is the variable and 4 is the coefficient. And that really is saying 4 times W, right?
But I wasn't thinking to talk about the word constant because I didn't hear about it for that regular, so that had me throw off. So at least I would, even if I didn't get that right, I wouldn't mind because I didn't think about that word period.
Remember, constant is always a number. Always a number. It does not have A through Z on it.
Miss Barbara,
Yes.
how did you, number 4, how did you get I equal 30 plus 4 equal 120?
How do I get what? 500.
I, which is interest,
500
equal
times
30.
106.
No, not that. I know if I multiply the I,
what she did, she divided the 6% by the 500 and get 30.
How did I get the 0.06?
Don't you want to know how you get the 30?
Oh, 500 times 0.06 is 30. Is that what you asked, Vanessa?
Yes, I asked that.
500 times 0.06 is 30. And it's this mental math because 6/10 of 500 is 300. So if I go to 0.06, I'll be 300 over 10, which is 30. Vanessa, you're looking puzzled.
No, no, because when you divide it, I don't know, because if I'm doing simple interest, right?
Right.
And because of time factor, that's what I would always look at. I look at time factor. I multiply everything, the principal times the percentage times the what time, what is years,
And
what
the
is
years,
days, what
right,
is
right,
weeks,
right. Okay.
and you get the same, but when you divide it by.
Oh, you mean 500 times 0.06 times 4 altogether? Well, I did it like this because I said that's like with the math. I didn't have to use calculate anything. Because 500, I said, well, if this was 6/10 of 500, then this would be 300. So 600 is going to be 300 over 10, which is 30. And then 30 times 4 is 120. But you could multiply the 500 times the 0.06 and then point it off. You'll get 30. Vanessa, did
Yes,
that answer your question?
yes, it do answer my question, but for me, I look at time factor. So I put everything, I multiply everything and get the same one.
Oh yeah, you
I
could.
wouldn't do the big-
Yeah, if you're with the calculator, you just say 500 times 0.06 times 4 in the calculator and get the answer. But what I'm saying is I try to mental math is really faster than the calculator. I'll tell you that right now. It's faster. So if you can see things that's mental math, that's going to be quicker than putting it in the calculator. And all I'm saying is I looked at this and I said 500 times 0.06. Well, what's 500 times 6/10? That's 300. So then if this number is like a 10 times smaller, so I said, well, then I divided 300 by the 10, I get 30, then 30 times 4 is 120.
Okay,
But you do the way that's better for you. All right.
as long I arrive with the same answer, right?
That's right. That's right. Long as you get the same answer. But I'm just trying to emphasize that sometimes if you can just mentally see an answer, it's quicker than a calculator. All right. So you want to practice using the mental math when you can. And the way I did it here, I said, I have a 500. I have a 0.06. Let me see, 6/10 of 500. You know it's going to be greater than 250, it's 300. Then I said 600 of 500 is going to be 300 over 10, which is 30. Then 30 times 4 is 120. But you can just multiply it all out in the calculator and you get the same answer. So it's like a preference, okay?
Okay.
But what I'm suggesting to you that try to use your mental math when you can, because it is quicker than the calculator.
Yes, I use a mental math.
Yes. Okay. But you have to decide when it's best to use it. If the calculator is better for you to use it, then use the calculator. Yes, Maureen.
What is the difference between number 5 and number 3?
Number 5 and number 3. Well, it's what we asked for in number 5. And number 5, we asked for the constant. Number 3, we said V is which of the following.
Here.
That's the output. The V is the output or the dependent variable. Okay. See, we asked for, we said V is which of the following. So V, your output, is your dependent variable. Whereas number 5, we gave you a number and we said, what does that represent? Which of the following? 3 is a number, 3 can only be constant.
I see.
Whenever you have a number, it can only be a constant.
Oh, I didn't have that one. I didn't even see that tree.
Oh, you didn't see the 3?
No. So
B
that way
equals
that's me
3
there.
plus
I understand
4W.
now.
3 is which of the following?
Oh, I didn't see
So-
trees. No problem.
Okay, so you look at this equation and you say, well, I have a B, I have a 3, I have a 4, I have a W. Now I know
Okay.
my variables have to have like from A to Z. So I know my variables have to be a B and a W. But if I have
Oh,
just
yeah.
a number by itself, then that's my constant. Okay. So you got to make sure you read them correctly. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now let's look at, well, I have some more algebra variables I want you to solve.
Okay.
But before we do that, I want to look at college placement. Okay. And I've got just like two problems I want you to
Yeah.
try. Well, that's not it. Let me go to new share.
Okay.
Let's see. That's not what I want. Let's see if I have it.
If you press.
So Miss Barbara, you making that lovely bread pudding for Thanksgiving?
I'm sorry.
You making that lovely bread pudding for Thanksgiving?
No, I'm not.
Um,
I made it a couple of weeks ago, and I put I had some fruit. I put in it, and I also put apples in it.
um,
My grandsons loved it. They tell me sprinkle that sugar over it. That makes it really good. Okay. So can you see this? More algebra equations solving for variable.
you gotta bring a little more bigger.
Okay. Can you see that though? More algebra equations solving.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see it,
I see
Maureen?
X over 9.
Let's see. I'll make it bigger. Okay. You see X over 9 equal to minus 3. All right. 3.5. You have 35 over X is equal to minus 5. 3X equal 24. 1 minus X equal minus 1. X over minus 1 equal 5. 7 minus X equal 5. X plus 6 is 13. 16 over X is equal to a minus 8. 9 is X plus 4 is 12. And 4 plus X is 3. Now I want you to do one through 3. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Okay.
Miss Barbara, please give me 2 minutes away from the.
Yeah, no problem. Do 1 through 3, and I'll give you, okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do 1 through 3, and then we'll continue. Solve for the X.
What is this? 3X equals to 24.
3X equal 24. Yes. Okay, move that over some. 35 over X equal minus 5. And the first one is X.
So how we do that one? The 35 over X. You got to do something to the X.
Well, you got to solve for the X. See, that's X.
So they will say, like, so if the X, I would say like 7/5 is 35. I can't figure it out.
Okay. Let's see, this is 1.
I do number 3 because 3x equals to 24 is 8. That's the easiest one to get. I can't figure out the one with the x over 9 minus 3 that then. At least could you do the first one?
Okay. All right. X
How much-
over 9.
How much you said you would like us to do?
3.
1 through 3. Okay. But Maureen said she's having a problem with the first one.
The first one? You can
X
cross
over-
multiply, Miss Barbara.
Yes.
Okay, so you said 3, 1, 3, 3 into 9, 3.
You didn't cross multiply. You didn't cross multiply, Vanessa.
Pardon me?
You didn't cross multiply.
When,
Let's see this. 3.
is it a fraction or what?
Getting your internet connection is unstable. Hope it's not about to go. I hope it's
Huh?
no, I just got a message. Your internet is unstable. Hope it's not going down.
They're doing their own thing with the internet, Miss Barb.
I think so. I have a Verizon, which is pretty reliable. Okay, Vanessa, you said you cross multiply, which is fine, but but then what you gave me was not cross.
Oh, so you cross multiply,
And
or
what do
you
you
want
get?
to know what gives you, okay, what X is thing. So when you you want to know what is X, right?
Right.
So you said 3 times 9, because there's a positive 9 and a negative 3.
So what does that give you?
So therefore, you said 3 times 9. So X is equal to a negative 27.
That's it.
Oh, I see.
Did you follow,
Okay.
Maureen?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what Vanessa did, she said you cross multiply. So we put on the line here, and this is a 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 1. So X times 1 is X. 9 times minus 3 is a minus 27. So your answer is X equal minus 27.
Yes, you turn the 3 into what do you call it? A fraction.
Yeah, the minus 3 over 1 is same as
Yes.
minus 3. Then she
Yes.
said you cross multiply. X times 1 is X. 9 times minus 3 minus 27. Got it, Maureen?
Yeah.
So therefore,
Okay,
the
so
other one, number 2,
now Maureen is going to solve that one.
Or number 2 would be okay, a 5.
What's number 2? What is X?
5x is 5x, right? So it would be 175.
No.
only 7.
Cross multiply. That'd be minus 175.
No,
No, if you cross multiply, remember this is what?
5 minus 5.
Yeah, over 1.
Mhm.
Over
So,
1.
so if you cross multiply, what do you get, Maureen?
135 is 35.
Oh,
What?
If I cross multiply,
mhm.
If you cross
okay,
multiply, you get, okay, let me just,
you
Negative,
multiply 1 by 35.
negative 7.
okay, cross multiply.
What tells you?
Cross multiply.
Right.
So you get
35 is
you get
7.
minus 5x because you cross multiplying x times minus 5. That would be minus 5x equal, and 35 times 1 is 35. So Maureen, what is x equal to? $35 divided by a minus 5. What's that equal to, Maureen?
7,
Plus or minus?
a minus,
Minus, that's right. So 35 divided by minus 5 has to give you a negative, because unlike signs divide to give you negative, unlike signs multiply to give you negative. Okay, so your x then would be a
oh,
negative 7.
You can do it.
oh, I see.
You still cross multiplying, but Maureen, remember when you cross multiplying, you numerator times this denominator, numerator times this denominator. So you get 35 times 1 is 35, minus 5 times x is minus 5. What number times minus 5 gives you 35? And that's a minus, because minus times minus gives you plus. Okay. Question? Question, Maureen, on number 2?
No,
Is that Audrey?
Mhm.
That's Audrey. Okay. Okay, number 3, Maureen, method math. What is x?
equals 8.
8. Very good. Only one number times 3 gives 24, and that number is 8. 24 over 3 is 8. All right. All right. Now let's go to the next 3. Okay. Number 4. This is number 4.
Number 4.
Okay. This is number 4. 1 minus x equal minus 1. So this is 4.
Okay.
1 minus x equal minus 1. And 5 is x over minus 1 equal 5. And 6 is 7 minus x equal 5. So solve those next 3. Solve for x. See what you get.
4,
4, 5, and 6.
This number we doing?
4, 5,
4.
and 6. Number 4, 1 minus x equal minus 1. 5, x divided by minus 1 equal 5. 6, 7 minus x equal 5. All cases you're solving for x.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Plus 4 x 1.
You said 1 minus
1 minus x equal minus 1. What number you subtract from 1 to get a minus 1?
what number is subtract from a minus
What
1?
number do you subtract from 1 and get a minus 1?
A minus 2?
Minus 2? Minus minus is going to give you a plus.
Plus. A minus and a minus is a plus.
2. Okay.
What number subtracted from 1 gives a -1?
A +2.
That's it, +2. X is equal to 2, Maureen. Because
Okay.
a 1 minus a 2, remember you have a minus and a plus, you're going to subtract 1 from the 2, and that gives you a
So then it's X.
-2, and a 1 gives you a -1. So a 1
The five is
minus 2, see, that's a negative. So that's a -2 and a +1. You subtract. And since you have more negative than positive, your answer would be negative. 2 minus 1
She
would be
knows.
1. Got it? Wouldn't be negative now, because negative would be a minus and a minus, and that would be a 2. A +2 and a 1 would be 3. See, that's not equal to a negative. So there again, to get the negative, then the number has to be a bigger number than a 1. So that's why it's a 2, and then 1 minus 2 minus 1. Maureen, is it making sense?
yeah.
Okay. Did you do number 5?
No.
5 is another cross multiply.
That's a -2.
What's the answer,
Good.
Vanessa?
And that's a -2.
Which one?
Number 6. Oh, sorry.
Number 5?
Number 5 is a -5.
-5. Maureen, did you get that one?
Not really.
Well, it's another cross multiply,
Cross multiply.
right? X over -1 equal 5 over 1, cross multiply X equal 5 times a -1 or -5. See, put the
Six.
okay, put this here, put a 1 here. 5 is 5 over 1, right?
So then it's 7
So Maureen, look, you
minus
have
X.
X times 1 is X. 5
Uh-huh.
times a -1 is a -5. So that's how you get a -5. Still cross multiplying. X times 1 is X. 5 times -1 is -5.
It is 5.
And number 6, what number subtracted from 7 gives 5?
2.
2.
+2.
So X
Positive
is,
2.
that's it. X is 2. Very good. Okay, that was 4, 5, 6. Now let's do 7, 8, and 9. Actually, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give you a few minutes to do those. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Solve for X.
Yeah. 7 X
7. Enter math again.
plus
Only one number add the
6
6 to give 13. What is that number, Maureen?
7
That's it. You got that one.
X
X is 7. Okay. Now go to number 8.
is 16 16 equals
Let's cross multiply again.
16
-8x equals 16.
equals
So what is X, Maureen?
minus 8X, right?
Yep, -8x. You cross multiply. Let's just underline this and put this over 1. That's the same as minus 8 over 1, right? I cross multiply. And you
So that
get what?
becomes 8x is 8, right?
8x is 8x. But that's a
Yeah.
minus now. That's 16. So what do you get here, Maureen? You get minus 8x. Minus 8x
And minus 16 is 8.
equals 16. That's a plus 16.
Yeah.
So what is x equal to, Maureen? What is x equal to? What number times minus
2,
8 gives 16?
3,
What?
2.
Plus or minus?
A
A
negative 2.
minus.
Mhm.
What would it be, Maureen? Plus or minus?
It got to be a plus. 'Cause
X equal
Negative.
16 divided by negative 8. What is that, Maureen? What's 16 divided by negative 8?
2.
2.
Negative 2. We just had one at number
Yes,
2.
plus over minus. Unlike
Negative.
signs give you negative, Maureen.
Okay.
Had one at number 2 where
Yeah,
we
we just had one like that. 16 divided by minus 8 gives you a negative 2. All right, Maureen. So your answer would be negative 2. Remember your signs. Still you cross multiply. 16 times 1, 16, minus 8 times x, minus 8x. Only one number multiplied by minus 8 to give you 16, right? And it has to be a minus because it has to be a like sign to give you a plus. So minus times minus gives you plus. Got it, Maureen?
Yeah.
And be a plus because plus times minus gives negative. Okay, Maureen, number 9. What number you add to 4 to get 12?
8.
8, that's right. Okay. What number do you add to 4 to get 3?
1.
4 plus 1 is 5.
Oh,
4 plus 1 is 5.
5.
5 plus 4 is 9.
Oh, the other way around. Okay.
No, remember I said when you adding to a positive and you get a number smaller, that number must be a negative number.
Oh,
So what must x be equal to? What is x, Maureen?
which one are we doing?
Number 10.
Oh,
What number x added to 4 to get a 3?
7.
7 and 4 is 11.
Okay. 4.
Well, if you were trying to solve this and you have a adding 4, right? You
4.
subtract 4 from both sides. So if you subtract 4 from both sides, this becomes x equal 3 minus 4. What is that equal to, Maureen? What's 3 minus 4?
1.
3 minus 4? I didn't say 4 minus 3. A plus 3 and a minus 4.
Negative 1.
Remember, that's right, Vanessa, negative 1. Because Maureen, remember when you have unlike signs and you're adding, you subtract. 3 from 4 is 1. more negative than positive, 4 being the bigger number, absolute value, the number would be -1. Remember I said when you're adding a variable to a number and the number is smaller, that means you've got to have the variable as a negative number. So this will be -1. Got it, Maureen?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're decreasing the 4 to a 3. In order to decrease it, you've got to add a negative number to it. And that number is -1. Questions? Okay, I had another somehow it disappeared. Let's see if I can I'm going out and I'll be back in. Let's see. Just do you see this college placement, math, number and quantity,
Mm-hmm.
algebra and functions?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So I want to do 3 problems on here, and then I'll also assign you some for homework on here. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try the first one.
Length of rectangle is
Length of a rectangle is 4 more than its width. If the area of the rectangle is 12, find the length. Now, you know the formula for a rectangle, the area. What is it, Vanessa? How do you find the area of a rectangle? Vanessa? Maureen?
by
Area
multiplying
of
the
a
length by the
rectangle,
width.
what do you do? Length times,
Yeah.
Length times width.
Area of rectangle
Hmm.
equal length times width. Okay, so let me just write this as A equal, and I'll write it L times W. Okay, now, who's the talking coming from? Okay, so the length, let's just underline, the length is 4 more than the width. So
Width.
this length of a rectangle is 4 more than the width.
more than the
Vanessa,
width.
how do I write that mathematically? Length is 4 more than the width. Now L is the length and W is the width. How do I write length and is equal 4 more than, that means add. So how would I write that? I'll get you
The
started.
length. What is the length?
There's a length. How would I write length is 4 more than the width?
So you can put what? You put it, how do you put it? Do you put, do you say, L plus 4?
No, L equal. Length
L,
is, so I say
oh,
length
length
is.
is.
So length
So you put
equal.
L equal 4?
Okay,
That's how
for
we do
what?
it.
Yeah,
Correct.
no, I'm using L and W. How do I write 4 more than the width? More than is adding. So what do I do, Vanessa? To say my length is 4 more than my width. My length is L, my width is W.
L, okay,
L
equal,
equal. So how do I write 4 more than the width?
so you said 4 plus,
Okay, 4 plus what?
4 plus W,
That's it. Very good. 4 plus W. 4 more than the width means 4 plus W or W plus 4. Either way. Okay.
okay, you can do it either way, okay.
Either way, because 4 plus W is equal to W plus 4. So area of the rectangle is L times W. Length that's equal 4 added to the width, more than. Okay, now, what do you think my next step would be? Trying to find the length. So what do you think my next step would be? Maureen, you have any idea?
Okay, I'm concentrating.
Think about when we had simultaneous equations and we wanted to solve them.
So we will put, let me see, W. I don't know.
Well, let's
If
go
the
back.
area,
Well, let's go back to our area. Area equals L times W.
W.
But now we know L is 4 plus W. Okay, so let's just put, I'll just call that 1. And I'll call this 2. Okay, so we want to substitute 2 in number 2 into this equation. Substitute
Nothing.
2 in the area equation. So that means where you have L, you want to put what? 4 plus W. So this becomes A equals L times W. And I'm going to substitute for L 4 plus W. So this becomes 4 plus W. And I'll just put this as, this is times W. Okay, so my area, which is length times width, for length, I put 4 plus W. Now I have just my W here, right? Now, this W is multiplied by 4 plus W. Now we know our area is 12. So let's just put 12 there for our area. So Maureen, what's 4 plus W times W?
4W.
Right, 4W. And what else? What's W times W?
Plus
What's W times W?
Times means to multiply.
W plus W is 2W.
No, I didn't say add, I said times. W times W is what, Vanessa?
Multiply.
Yeah, so what's W times W?
Times. No. W times W. What is W? W is 4? No.
No,
Oh, W time. Oh, okay. What is 4?
W to the 1 power times W to the 1 power. You add the powers, what do you get?
2.
So
Who
what's the
W?
answer? No. W to the
W2.
second power.
Yes, W to the second power.
W to the second power, Maureen,
Oh.
right?
Uh,
W to the second power. So this would be W.
W to the second power. Okay.
Let's see if I can get the W. Right, I'm trying to get it.
We will put a little 2 up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on
Oh.
my. It's not coming up here. Okay, so I'm gonna put W squared. That would be W squared, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now I need the okay. So 412 equals 4W plus W squared. Okay. Now this is beginning to look like a quadratic, right? I need, okay, here we go. You put the 2, there we go. Take this out. Okay. So that's W squared. Let me make that
Mhm.
bigger. All right, this is. Now, I can subtract the 12 from both sides, and this becomes 4W squared. Let me just copy this over. I can subtract the 12 from both sides. This becomes W squared plus plus 4W minus 12 So this would be 4W plus W squared minus 12. And this would be 0 over here on the left side because I'm subtracting 12 from both sides because I want to get this in the form of a quadratic. So let's just put it in the form that we usually see it. This is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And what can we do with quadratics? We can factor them, right?
Mhm.
So let's just put this here, W squared. It's here. Okay. Plus 4W. So that's plus 4W minus 12 equal 0. Now that's a quadratic.
Mhm.
QUAD. That's a quadratic equation.
Uh-oh.
Now, how do we factor this, Vanessa? You remember how we factor a quadratic?
That's one thing Vanessa did.
Okay, Maureen, you remember how we factor?
No.
And do factoring.
Well, you want to find two numbers that multiply to give you this number and add to give you this number.
2 numbers to give you which number 12?
Yeah, two numbers that will multiply to give you the minus 12. Those same two numbers will
Therefore,
add to give you
so
4.
therefore, if you do the parentheses, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna put W
they say W
and I'm gonna put W again.
plus 4.
And you tell me what numbers. What two
W.
numbers multiply to give me a negative 12, and those same two numbers add to give me a plus 4?
Which number? Okay, let me see.
To get 3 and 4, 3 4 is 12.
But remember, they have to
Nope.
add to give me the 4
Or
more.
mhm.
So it can't be what you just told me. Those same two numbers that gives you the minus 12 must add together to give me a plus 4. What are
So
the numbers?
therefore is 2 and 6.
2 and 6 are the numbers. Okay, so let's just put, I'll just put a 6 here. And then I'll put a 2 and you tell me the signs.
Is the signs of okay, okay.
What are the
So
signs
therefore-
on them?
So therefore it's one moment, let me see. It's a -6.
Think about it, Vanessa. Remember, when you add them, you want to get a plus 4. So that
So therefore
tells
it's
you,
a +6.
that's
and a
right. Your
negative
6
2.
has to be the biggest. Yes.
That was minus.
Yeah, it has to be a plus
Plus
6
6 and a minus 2.
and a minus 2.
But that's when you find in the zeros.
That's right. Exactly. So we factored the quadratic, right? So we
Mhm.
factored quadratic. And we have our answers. A W plus 6 and a W minus 2. But remember, if the quadratic is equal to 0, then the factors must also be equal to 0. So which one of these would represent the width? The 6
see.
or the 2? In other
Would
words,
represent the what? The width?
the width, right? W plus 6
6.
is equal to 0.
Mhm.
And W minus 2
2.
Equal to 0.
equals 0. So which W is correct?
Which W is correct?
Yes. What is the width? Which one?
Plus
it-
6.
Okay, there's 2
Is
answers
it the
there.
6
Plus
or the
6.
2?
6.
I said 6.
If a W plus 6 is 0, then W is a minus 6. Width cannot be negative. So width
Oh.
must be what?
So therefore it's a -2.
2.
It would be, well, W minus 2 is 0. So W is plus 2 and 0, which is 2. So the width can only be 2. Because you
Okay.
can't have negative, cannot
So,
have negative width. Okay. So if the width is 2, what is the length? What do we say about the length? Length is 4 plus the width, right?
uh-huh.
I'll just put this in. So length is equal to 4 plus the width. So length equal 4 plus
Plus
2
2. The 6.
equal
6.
6. So the answer would be what?
D.
D. That's right. So the answer D. Answer is D. Okay. Now I want to do any questions on number 1?
Not really. We'll have to just read it and figure
Yeah,
out
because you
again.
got to go
Yeah.
back and review your quadratics. And
Uh-huh.
quadratic equations have 2 solutions, but sometimes they don't make sense. So if you get a minus, you can't have minus dimensions. They have to be plus. So that's how we
Mhm.
could eliminate one of those values. All right.
Yeah.
Now I just want to do one more.
Mhm.
I'm hungry.
Okay. One more. And this is two different taxi services. And I'll give you a graph. The x-axis represents the number of kilometers driven. The y represent the tax fare in dollars. The red line shows Taylor's taxi service. The blue line shows Shandon's. So how much more does one cost than the other? And how do we find it? Okay, here is
I'm hungry.
the red line is Taylor's. Okay. So the red line,
Yeah, but this is a linear.
yes, it is. That's Taylor's.
Which is the following. This is number what? This is number 2.
This is number 2, and the blue line is I think it's Shandon's service, two taxi services. And we want to compare them. Okay, so let me just bring this down.
Compare and contrast. So what are we looking for?
We are trying to find how much more does Shannon's service cost than Taylor's. So
So there, are we doing
You can't back up too far.
are we doing y1 minus y2 over x?
yeah,
X
we,
Yes, you do it.
that's
One.
it, Vanessa. You got it. We finding the slope.
So
want-
therefore,
we-
if we're finding the slope, therefore we have to use, okay. Y1, y2 minus y1,
You want to find the
minus
slopes
X2.
of both of these lines, right?
x1, right? So therefore the y, it would be 7 minus 7 over, okay, over 4
So what would Taylor's
minus
slope
2.
be? The red line. What would that be, Vanessa?
Oh, Miss Barbara, 7, so they're gonna be 0.
What would it be?
One moment. So
Remember,
therefore
Agree?
it would be 2.
no, these are X, Y, X, Y. Now you could use
Yes.
0 for both of them, right? So
Yes,
Taylor's
use
slope
0.
would be, this is say, we'll say Y2 minus Y1,
1
and this is
minus
Y,
y1
and this is divided by X2
by
minus
x2
That's
over
right.
x1.
So what would that be?
So therefore, which one of the line are you asking about? Which one is
Well,
the
we
red?
want to find out which one, the difference in the fares, okay? So, and remember the slope is the rate of change. So that's
Yeah,
how
the
we
rate
can
of
tell.
change.
So
Uh-huh.
X2 minus
X1.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what's the Y2 and the Y1, Vanessa?
Okay, the y2 and the y1 is
And this
7
is the-
minus
this,
7.
This is the red line. So what is
Yes.
equal to?
7 minus 7.
No.
The y2 minus y1.
7 minus 0.
Um,
Remember, I'm
7.
going from, I have to have 2 points. So I have 1 here, and I'm just going to be on 0 for the other one. Right here.
How did you get 0, Miss Barbara?
Okay. Remember, I need 2 points, right? So I have 1 here, X is 7, X is 4, Y is 7.
Yes.
And I have another point right here where X is 0 and Y is 0. Right
Yes,
here.
but that's what I was asking you, because when you do the y1 over y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, when you decide to do it, you do 7, because it can be a positive 7 and a negative minus 7. So you get 0
No.
over.
Remember, I'm looking at Taylor service, this red line. This is 1 point right here. The second point is right here at the origin. So at the origin, X is 0 and Y is 0. So my Y1 is 0, my Y2 is 7. My X2 is 4 and my X1 is 0. See, remember I have to have 2 points. So one is given right here. The other point is at the origin. So this would be 4 minus 0. Right? Because my X2 is 4.
So why do we have a pair? Because we have to have pairs, X and Y.
Well,
Why
you
do
do
we
have a pair. You have 4 and 7 and 0 and 0. My second pair
0
is,
and 0.
yeah, 0 right here at the origin. X is 0, Y is 0.
Yeah, but then you have a pair up there and 2 represent X and
Right.
4 represent X and 7 represent Y and 7 represent Y.
Yeah, but they're 2 different services. So they're 2 different slopes.
Yes.
And we want to calculate the 2 different slopes, because the slope is going to give you the cost for the taxi ride per mile.
So therefore, why is it that we do Y2 minus Y1 over Y X2 minus X1?
Because that's what slope is. Rise over run. Difference
Definite
in
rise
Y
over run.
over different in X. Where this pair is 4 and 7. My other point is 0 and 0. Right here. So for X, for Y2 and Y1, I have 7, then I have 0. For X2 and X1, I have 4 and then 0. So now I can solve this. Let's see, this is equal. And this is 7. I'll just put it over 4. What is 7 over 4?
7 over 4 is a fraction.
Yeah, but what is it in terms of, it's really dollars. 7
Pardon me?
divided by, it's really dollars. So let's see. 7 divided
It's an
by
improper
4.
fraction.
Yeah, but we want it in money because we're looking at cabs here. So this is really a $1
So
and
therefore,
75 cents.
because you do.
Okay. Now that's the Taylor service. Now let's go to the Shandon service.
So how did you get
How did I get one?
how did you get 1.75?
I divided 7 by 4. Divided, you get 1.75.
7 divided by 4. Okay.
Okay, so the Shandon slope.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just take the Shandon slope. Let's see, I'll just copy this.
Well, that means then you can use the 2 and the 7.
That's it, Maureen. Very good. Then I'm going to use the 2 and the 7. So then when I substitute, I would have what? So what will be my Y2 and my Y1 here would be what? 7
7
7
minus
divided by 2.
0, 7 minus 0, and 2 minus 0,
minus-
right?
yeah.
This would be 2 minus 0. So what's 7 over 2?
In money,
Yes.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. Now, this is the rate of change. So that represents the cab service price. I think it was in per mile. Okay, so let's go back what we were looking for.
I still didn't get it, but because I'm hungry, I cannot focus. I'm sorry.
Okay, so how much more does the Shannon
Is it
carpool service cost than Taylor's?
Miss Barbara, I would not focus. I'm
three
telling you.
fifty? But when
Okay.
you're there, bring something to say, what is it there?
Oh, I
Pink
have
shot
to cook. I was doing work
Oh.
this morning.
Okay,
Oh.
so what's the difference? The 175 and the 350. The Shannon costs how much more?
The difference, 175,
Right.
350 times 175.
175.
That's it, minus
Yeah.
175,
Ah,
and that would be the answer.
yeah.
How much more does the Shannon cost than the Taylor? And that would be 350 minus 175 is 175. And that would be answer what? Answer
Miss
A.
Barbara, but
Yes,
you see this, this is which number we did.
Number 2.
that's number 2. Answer would be A. Shannon costs $1.75 more than the Taylor.
Okay.
See, it says the Y represents the fare in dollars.
This is college math. This is not fast. This is
Well,
college maths.
yes.
I know
College
because I know the
place-
class don't bring it like this.
Yeah,
It
this
is.
college placement, man.
Yes.
Guys,
It is. Well,
Yes.
Vanessa, you got your diploma now, so you're moving up in the world.
I am. I was like, I do graph and I do all the different graph and I've never seen this. That's why I keep
You're
telling you.
you're at a higher level, Vanessa. I can't insult you with baby stuff anymore.
I was like,
I know it was college math because it come up on the computer. Mark 11, 18,
Yeah,
20,
they
21.
call it
Yeah.
college. These
I
are
was
the
like,
names they
Miss
give
Barbara
you in
giving me
college
this thing, this is
placement.
college math. This is not.
Yeah,
I
that's-
understand you wouldn't want you to ask for 3 but 3.
Well, at least you
I
was
was
a
like-
fool because you recognize what it was.
I was
This-
like,
this-
that's why I keep telling her. That's why I keep saying. I said, Miss Barbara, 7, the 2 7s is why? Why 1? Why 2? Why 1?
Yeah,
And
because
2 and the 4 is the X. And how could we? Because I was like, then when you do this, I was like, no, this is not as much.
yeah, this college math because, but they gave you, well, they said the blue line represents one service, the red line represents the other. So that means when you find the slope, you're getting the price for each of the services in dollars per kilometer. All right.
But can you look at the slope, the graph there?
Okay, let's go back.
Can you look at the graph? I'm
Okay.
hungry.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cook.
Okay.
Can you look at the graph of itself and get your able to get your answer out of it?
Well, you could, but you wouldn't know the amounts. I mean, you can tell which one would be more,
Mhm.
all right, because it's the one where your differences of like here. We know we have a 7 in the 7 minus 0 for the Y difference, right? But the X difference, we have different number. So if this number is smaller, that means when you divide into the denominator, you're going to get a bigger number. So you know, looking at this, that this one is going to cost the most, but you don't know how much more. I mean, you can find that by the values here, because if you take a 0 for your X and 0 for your Y, then your denominator here is smaller, so that means your overall number is going to be bigger. So you can look at this and say, well, the Shannon, which is the blue, is going to cost more, but you don't know how much more unless you find the slope.
Okay.
If the question was, which one costs more per kilometer, you can look at this and tell it's this one. but you wouldn't know how much more unless you found the cost per kilometer and then get the difference.
Okay.
You follow? So just looking at this, you can tell this blue line, which represents Shannon, is the most expensive of them because the 2 divided into 7 is bigger than the 4 divided into the 7.
Okay.
But you would actually have to figure them out to get the amount that they are different. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I will give you some homework. You'll have some homework, probably 3, 4, and 5, continuing this college placement. And those
Okay.
you can work on for your
Bring
homework.
one.
All
Okay.
right.
Mhm.
Now, this is not for Monday now. This is really for a week.
After Thanksgiving?
Yeah, after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I would not be around for after Thanksgiving. I'm going to Guyana.
Oh, you're going to Guyana? Good.
Yes, I'm going to Guyana.
You can Zoom over there.
The internet is kind of bad.
Oh, it is?
Yes, I would
Okay.
try, but
You
it's
never
kind
know
of
what time you
bad.
get. Then you
That's
get
all
no
right,
late
Vanessa. You need a break, so
Huh?
you need
Then
a
you get
break
no
and
late
you'll
like
catch
dessert.
up. How long are you gone?
I'm going for 2 weeks. My
Okay,
nephew's
all right.
one of my nephews married, so I'm
Oh,
going on the
wonderful.
December the 11th. I'm leaving, and I'm getting back on the 26th of December.
Okay. Well, we'll be. You leaving in
Probably off on vacation.
You leaving in December?
Yes, Miss Bob.
Okay. All right. Because then December, I think
18th, I think is the last.
we have a break in December.
Yeah, we do.
We have a break. So, all right, but you'll catch up. All right, so I'll send you your homework, which I said would be part of this college.
Audrey was trying to get in.
Yeah, I
Yes,
see connecting, but
trying to get it.
she's not on this time. She's on Mondays.
Yeah, she's on here because it might connecting to the audio, but she and it moving both of the time.
Yeah.
No, but she's
Yeah.
on Mondays.
Yeah, but she joined into this one because her name is there. And you can see the thing spinning here connecting to the video.
Longest while
audio.
it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Miss Barbara,
yes.
I'd like to ask you a question. I don't mind if Maureen is there. Maureen could stay in here. And Chastity. The NCLEX review through 1199. Do you know what time it starts in the new semester?
I don't know.
There's one just finished in September. I'm in touch with what's her name? I'm gonna give you 1 moment. Okay, I made contact with Lorraine, and Lorraine, because I already have what I have and it's in a Board of Ed. She sent it to, I don't know if I pronounced the person name correct. Miss Mitchell. Damaris, that's it. Damaris Mitchell.
Okay. She's 1199. She's part of 1199.
1 moment, Ms. Barbara. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
He's gonna come. Take your take. Yeah, she's part of 1199.
Is she part of 1199?
Yes, Ms. Barbara.
Okay. So you need to know when the next class is for the next class.
She said the next class, she said, we just finished. She said, unfortunately, we just finished the LPN NCLEX review in September, and our next one is in 2022. You can do it on your own and then get reimbursed. But if you decided to do it on your own, okay, when they do a review and you have to do the review, I think I don't think it has been that long. Probably it's only now. I prefer do it with 1199 and do it on the side. Why? Because some review classes, they only last for 3 days.
Okay. That's not enough time.
Fine. So this is it. And I have to do I have to send up my, I have to do the infection control. I have to do it to send it back to Board of Ed.
Mhm.
And there, a document, a 4-page document. They sent me the link. Board of Ed, I call them and I have to get it done and get it notarized and send everything. So I was wondering to know if you know when but I sent it back to what's your name? The Miss Mitchell.
Okay, that's the contact person at 1199.
Yeah, the contact person.
Now, there are several books that you can study and then answer questions. You know that, right? The library.
Yes, I have
You have the books?
I have 2 of them. One of my colleague, she had gotten 2 copies for whatever reason. She ordered 2. So one came and she sent one to me. She
Okay.
post one to me. And I have another one. So
And they have practice tests, right?
yes.
Okay. So hopefully well, see, it's November now, 2022.
Yes, it's November,
Still
it's
be
the end
here.
of the year.
Yeah, so 2022 will be here very quickly, and you could really independently do it on your own setting, so that when you start up, you'll be ahead.
That's what I started doing it because
Mhm.
since I have my 2 books,
Right.
study on my own for now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of material covered in that, and it helps to be ahead, you know. I think somebody's no, I was thinking somebody sent me something. No, that was what is it? Testy. That's a different test. That was to get into the LPN training at 1199. I had a
Oh,
student.
that's getting there, but this is directly to do
Yeah,
the
but
review.
yours is ahead of that. But hers
Yes,
was I think she had to pass is it called Tessie or Teslie?
yes, I know the test.
You know,
Yes,
yeah, well, that was a TZ,
yeah,
something with
this,
a,
yes.
yeah, and but she was having problems with it, and so I don't think you had to have a certain score to get into the training, but I think she had a problem with that getting into the training because
Okay.
her problem was the math. Yeah,
Oh,
but see, that would not be your problem, not that part. That part, you okay?
so 2022 is just now. So, I wouldn't take that much. I would continue to do my own studies for now,
Yeah.
and then I'll start the review. So if it's,
Mhm.
I prefer to make the sacrifice. I make the sacrifice for the past and I continue to make the sacrifice.
Right. But I don't think you need to pay anybody to do that.
Okay, I can do it with 11.99 continuously. Okay.
Yes. No, 'cause
Okay,
it
great.
can be
Okay.
very expensive, those classes. So, but I don't think you need to do
Yes.
that since 1199 offers it, and you can take it without having to pay. But I think they're more prepared
But
to
they
offer
don't
it.
they don't reverse your money.
Yeah, if you do it on your own, they do reimburse.
Yeah.
You do reimburse. But as I said, the review class, most times it's just like a 3 days.
Oh,
And that's not enough time.
No, it's
mhm.
not. It's not because a lot of material covered in
A
that.
lot of material, plenty, a whole lot.
Yes, because some people they have a whole semester to go through that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a whole lot.
Mhm, mhm.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's some science work in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can
Yes.
do that.
Yes.
Actually, you find that you go through the task, you get through the task, you can get through that because
I know.
a lot of things are easier than the task. Even
Pass.
the
It's
college math is really easier than the task.
easier. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it is. It
yes,
is.
indeed.
Really
This
is.
make the task so difficult though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, they changed it back to GED from January, right?
It changed what?
From the task,
Yeah.
instead of the task, it went back to the GD.
It went back?
Yes, it went back. And from January 2022,
Oh no.
but persons who have already finished doing the task and passed, they can keep the score and write. But remember, with every new class, not class, like how it changed, it gets harder.
That's true. And it does get harder. That's why I was so happy that they gave that waiver. And I just heard from a student, he's in Texas now, he and his wife and family, and he had passed 3 of them. He finally got his diploma. They took months before they sent it, but he called me and left a message to say he was so happy he had gotten it because he had taken the test and passed everything but the math and the writing. So when they weren't given the tests here in New York, well, they weren't giving it in Queens and Brooklyn and whatever. They gave the waiver. So I put all the people that I knew that was eligible for it, I sent to 1199 contact. And he was my last person to get it. So I was so glad that happened. He was happy. And his wife had gotten hers. In fact, she's studying for her LPN.
Okay.
So, yeah. Any questions on anything else? So I'll send you your homework. I'll send you the session. And like I say, we don't meet next Thursday, but we'll meet on Monday. So Monday we'll probably do some more of the algebra review sheets, and I'll send you that too today. So we can go over that on Monday. That's number 2. We did number 1 today, and I'll be sending number 2. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So long, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much. Have a
joining.
great
You're
weekend.
Okay,
welcome.
enjoy the weekend.
Enjoy.
Okay.
You. Maureen, enjoy